Hello streamers, and welcome to the Streaming Toad once again. Today, of course, we continue our praise of the great work done by Australian leading thinkers on the cutting edge of climate change. Recently, Senator Nick Minchin surprised a lot of people when he said that the concerns about climate change were the result of a left-wing conspiracy that was going to take over the world and force everyone to eat my favourite tofu and veggies. That was Senator Minchin's thinking. To discuss this, I'm joined by the Professor of Hot Chips and Pluto Pups at Rupp University, Professor Amanda Keller. Professor Keller, is Nick Minchin right?
Well, you can see why at my institute we're a little frightened about what he's got in store for the world. I don't know where this giant conspiracy is going to come from. I know a couple of climate scientists, they can't even organise a Christmas party. I went to one a couple of years ago. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. They can barely find their own offices. Having said that, if this is what is in store for us, I think it's a bit of a challenge to get people to like tofu. I know, isn't it a challenge? It is a challenge. I've looked at the Australian census and I happen to know that only 6 people in Australia like tofu. And further research has shown me that 3 of those were in fact lying, trying to impress their vegetarian girlfriends. Did it work for them? Did they get a leg over in the situation, you know, having consumed a pound or 2, old speak, kilo or 2 of tofu? I think they're able to push the tofu home, if that's what you're trying to say. I have seen people on MasterChef, people who are bound to win and get a spin-off series, people wearing eye patches and kooky glasses and being theatrical, they can add 1,000 ingredients to tofu and it will still taste like blotting paper. Let's have a look at some disturbing pictures. Now, before we play them, I must warn, these are extremely disturbing pictures. They paint a portrait of a future dystopia that none of us will be able to handle. It comes from the wonderful work in Lauroscope from Ralph Vision. Let's have a look at it now. And first we see Nick Minchin in his office, scanning the papers, getting the conspiracy together. There's all ideas coming. You can see them flooding into that brain of his. Then he realises what's going to happen. A dystopia where stormtroopers armed with water pistols wearing sandals force you and me to drag lumps of tofu, vegetables and legumes into trucks 24/7, 365 days a year. It's a living nightmare. It is. I think the only thing is we're going to have to add things to it. For example, if tofu was going to go fast foodish. Yes. Say if Macca's was going to take on tofu, this is the only way they could make it palatable. I think they deep fry it. Deep fry it. Add calories to it. Yeah. Have an ad campaign and maybe add a toy of some kind and maybe add it to meat. That's all I can think of. It's the only way it'll work. Tofu and meat, what have you got in mind? Some sort of spaghetti bolognese, take the, well, I don't know, the mince out and put tofu in there. Would you eat that? Probably not, no. No, would I? No. But on the other hand, we need to get the kids involved because they're the future, obviously, and we need to get kids involved in the fast food concept at an early age. I'm worried that we're losing kids to real food. I mean, that keeps me awake at night. I want to see kids queuing up, shouting out for the 3 main dishes at Red Rooster, Kentucky Fried Chicken or Macca's, which are veggie burger, tofu burger or veggie and tofu burger. That's your 3 choices. That's all you've got. I'd take the one that didn't have the tofu in it. With that positive thought, we leave you from the Toad for another time. See you next time, swamp side.